But does yeah, my mic works. Okay, dope. No doubt. Okay, I've returned from the beyond, my friends. It's been a while. It really has. And I missed it. But, you know, I don't have all the time in the world. I am a junior, so the most stressful year of high school, that's what's going on. RN. Um, but I appreciate all of you guys that are still here and available to, like, hang out and chat and stuff. I'm gonna dive pretty quickly into the case stuff because I think it's like, I mean, that's the reason that I'm doing this live, and so I'm gonna dive pretty quickly into the case, and I'm going to edit this VOD into a video, which will be one of my first, actually my first video since I switched the style of video that I make that is actually unscripted, because all of the rest of my stuff has been. So I liked a video that was hold on, I gotta go to my library. I liked a video that was the highlights of the first week. Where is it? Liked videos. There. Okay, yeah, week 1 highlights. Hello. Honestly, like, I'm happy to be back. The creativity really just flows for me when I'm on this platform. And right now I'm the size, like I'm a content creator that's the right size where I can experiment and do whatever I want, which is really fun. Let me connect my headphones. One of the big things is, I don't know if any of you guys were big fannies, like Dan and Phil fans, but I was a massive Dan and Phil fan in middle school. Watched all of their stuff, and Dan disappeared from the internet a little while ago. I stopped watching them when they stopped uploading. Like, I started watching them in 7th grade, and then they stopped uploading 8th grade. So about a year, I was a really hardcore Dan and Phil fan. And Dan stopped uploading, and I was like so upset about it. But he just uploaded a video the other day that I was watching that was about why he stopped uploading. And within it, he talks about how creativity, even though this is supposed to be like a platform where you have all the creative liberty in the world because you get to choose what you create, but at a certain point, you want to create just for the fans and what they want. And so I'm glad that I'm at a size where I can still create whatever I want and not feel like I'm constricted to a certain category. Although I do make videos that I think will perform better than others sometimes. Like, if I've had a really bad week, then I'll make a trans-related video because generally those perform better. But yeah, that's behind the curtains, behind the scenes. I'm letting you in to my tactics. Gotta make sure that my audio is on the right track. Then I'm gonna click on this real quick.
Here at the Princeton Review, we've long said that the SAT...
Okay, thank you, Princeton Review. Okay, everything's still set up properly.
...only test your ability on mastering the SAT.
Can I literally can't tell you how many times I have heard that ad. Good morning, sir. Morning, how are you? All right. Oh, I also have a Go-Gurt. Good morning, how are you today? There she is.
Good morning.
The woman of the hour. Is this supposed to be silent? I think it's supposed to be silent.
Are we ready with opening statements?
Yes. Yeah, here
All
we
right, go ahead, sir.
For nearly 30 years, Mr. Depp built a reputation as one of the most talented actors in Hollywood. A respected artist whose name was associated with success at the box office. Today, his name is associated with a lie, a false statement uttered by his former wife.
Hold on, I'm gonna disconnect my headphones from my phone because I think that's why it's stuttering. Yeah, you are getting all the Nico lore. You really are. Also, I said in the Discord, I don't know if you're in the Discord, but I said that I have some opinions on this trial that aren't the general consensus, which I will talk about when the situation presents itself. Like, I'll talk about it more in depth, but I don't think Johnny Depp is entirely innocent in this case, as the entire internet wants you to believe. And he seems very well aware of that. He seems aware of the fact that he has also made mistakes. And I think that he's doing a really good job of handling it. But the internet is kind of pretending like he did no wrong, which is not the case. But yeah, we'll continue this.
The defendant, Amber Heard, that falsely cast Mr. Depp, falsely and unfairly cast Mr. Depp as a villain, a man who would violently abuse a woman. By choosing to lie about her husband for her own personal benefit, Amber Heard forever changed Mr. Depp's life and reputation.
I knew that men have the power, physically, socially, and financially.
I haven't read this, but I'm scanning it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Okay. TBH, I haven't watched almost anything to do with the case, so this is just about my first. Awesome. Well, we're gonna get super into it today. I've seen bits and pieces of it. So this is the article that Amber wrote for The Sun, I believe, the British news, about her being I don't know, what did she say here? She said 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. The thing about that is that I'm sure she did, because Johnny Depp is such a well-known actor, and he, Pirates of the Caribbean, and he's hot, so people love him, right? And there are people that will never see the faults in a human being, and I'm sure that there were some of those people that went after her for this. And before there was a time where it might have been proven false, like there were still people advocating for him. Now, the thing about it is that I've been put in a very delicate situation here, discussing this, because I don't know how much I can say or should say. I can say all of it, but I shouldn't. I've been put in a similar situation to Johnny Depp in the past. So somebody lied about me, and that's the most that I'll say about it. So I also understand the importance of needing evidence, because you can ruin somebody's life with a few words. But also, women are so afraid of speaking out about something like this. It's just a very, very delicate line to walk. And I think there's no path that we've found that works yet, clearly. So.
And that a lot of institutions support that. I knew this long before I had the words to articulate it, and I bet you learned it young too. will remind you that this case is about one piece of paper. Amber's words in this article that wasn't about Depp, wasn't about her marriage, wasn't about her relationship, that it was about life after that.
No, but it was, though. It was 100% about her marriage and her relationship. That's like the whole point. Her life after. That doesn't make any sense. He's saying that she's talking in this article about what happened because of the abuse that she suffered. So technically she's talking about life after, but she's talking about the abuse that she suffered from the relationship. So it does very specifically have to do with Johnny Depp, and it does very specifically have to do with the relationship. So I don't know what sort of strategy that is.
It's about the freedom of speech. It's not about the soap opera that Depp will turn this case into. It's not about who you like better. It's not even about whether you agree with the words that she wrote. It's about her right to speak them.
To be honest, I felt that. Okay, hold on. Johnny Depp's sister. What I will say is that it is a defamation case, and I think that's also something that a lot of people on the internet are not realizing, that it is a defamation case. It is not a domestic abuse case. So it's not who abused the other. It's a proving that she lied, basically. So he is right in that aspect of his speech. However, he also said that it's not about what she said and more about her right to speak the words that she did, which is also just, like, not true. Like, you have the right to tell a lie, but you have to be prepared to face the consequences of that lie. Like, that's ridiculous that was an argument that was used. Okay.
Testify truthfully in this case under penalty of law.
You have to verbally answer, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
If anything, did you hear Ms. Hurd say about Mr. Depp's physical appearance?
She called him an old fat man.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm to testify truthfully in this?
Was that the whole section of hers? I feel like there's probably more to be uncovered there. But okay.
Penalty of law.
Oh, yeah.
When was that?
Oh, that's later on. That's like in I'm not angry at anybody. I want the best for her to take her responsibility, heal, and move on. And for Johnny, you know, his family has been completely wrecked by all of this stuff, and it's not fair. It's not right what she did and what happened for so many people to get affected from this. It's insane.
And Mr. Baruch,
how this happened.
and Mr. Baruch, if in fact she's telling the truth, and if in fact Mr. Depp, who has engaged in an
Johnny first because of pride, what did you mean?
She was sensitive. She initiated fights. She started violence. She rose to the challenge if he started first, and so she, in my opinion, that had been established throughout the relationship, that she fought as hard as he did, and he tried to de-escalate far more than I think she did.
Stop!
Well, that's interesting. Hold
Stop
on.
making Amazon sellers rich. I hate to tell you this, but every single time.
Literally nobody cares.
Okay.
Hold on, pause. What is that about?
More than I think she did.
Okay.
Have you ever seen him get angry or violent while on cocaine?
No, definitely not.
Have you been watching the trial this past week?
I've seen clips of it online, yeah.
You've been watching, so you have seen parts of this trial?
Yeah.
Okay, and witness testimonies?
Yeah, I've seen clips of.
You've seen it, thanks. All right, does anybody have any follow-up questions?
Ms. Duders, have you been watching?
It doesn't matter, she's been watching clips of witness testimony. All right, you're excused, ma'am. You can have, you're excused.
Okay.
Thank you. I will instruct the jury they'll have to strike the testimony of Ms. Duders. There's a rule on witnesses, Mr. Moniz.
Here's the real deal, mate. ... Her obsession with herself.
Hold on, so they had somebody come and testify who didn't know the rules of court? They allowed somebody on the stand that they hadn't informed about. I feel like that's a massive mistake on his legal team. They definitely. What, did they ask her to testify and then not tell her that she can't look at stuff? Okay.
Oh, 2 question marks. It is far
Free
more
Coke
important.
sponsoring.
She is, capital letters, so fucking ambitious. 3 exclamation points. She's so desperate for success and fame. ... That's probably why I was acquired, mate. ... 2 exclamation points. Although she has capitalized hammered me with what a sad old man has been, I am. 3 dots. Cowan has done me the most cruel of favors. ... I'm so very sad. ... I cut the top of my middle finger off. ... What should I do? Exclamation point, 2 question marks. Except
no, I do. It did look to me like there was blood on the wall, not an actual painting.
How long were you in the house for?
10 minutes, 15 minutes.
And what were you doing in the house?
I wanted to see what happened. I was trying to figure out what happened. I don't recall the text, but I do recall him reaching out after this incident.
Gonna smoke some weed? Get it, I guess. He's cute. I mean, that's a really nice response to the media. Usually, celebrities do not give them that. Usually, celebrities are not that nice to the press. Okay, so what happened that week? Opening statements. Christy. Oh, I just got a failed download for Apex Legends. Hey, Ellie. I appreciate you all the time. You're doing what you do best. His sister, Christy Dombrowski, Isaac Baruch, the marriage counselor, Dr. David Kepper. Okay. I'm gonna try and find something better because that was fucking awful. I don't want to see somebody else talking about it, though. I just want to... Girl, where does it get fun? Hold on. I'm going to go to my intermission screen because I'm going to Google real quick. Okay, we're just going to go straight to week 2, I guess. I really don't know how to do this. So it's day 15 now. I'm going to go to the Law and Crime Network. I think they have a really good one. Hold on. Videos. I think they have a significantly better week 1 recap. That's day 4. Day 2. I'm not going to watch hour-long things for each one. I'm just going to watch it by week. Day 4. Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at, I guess, so you can get there a little bit. I could just go through the highlights. Day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11, week 3, 12, 13, 14. I think this is what I'm watching. I don't know what week 3 is, though. Okay, I'm gonna click this. Jesus Christ.
I only know the minor pentatonic scale, so I'm stuck in one.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. What contributed to...
No, this is gonna be one of those things where they talk through it, innit? Instead of just showing all the shit that happened. Are they going to talk over the actual...
Learned about Mr. Depp being violent with her at this conversation.
No. That you're a wife beater. And we started the week with more of the doctor who treated Depp, Dr. David Kipper.
I heard tell you that she was concerned about Mr. Depp being violent with her at this conversation.
No.
If she had told you that, is that something you would have documented?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to do one more thing. Open link in new tab. Videos. Playlists.
Well-being.
May 5th, 2022. So then...
I don't remember.
And you don't remember seeing anything, right? But
Ow, fuck. This is so stupid. I should have done more research before this shit. Okay. Okay. Are we really gonna do this right now? Is it worth it? What about this? Are they gonna talk during this?
Straight ahead, on law.
All about basically the world ending on
things that established that the defendant wanted to kill show.
After months of uncertainty for trial.
That was
Fairfax County, Virginia. But first, it's Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. We are live in Fairfax County, Virginia, as opening statements are presented.
he wanted out, which drove her to concoct, to make up a story that was, at first, designed to keep him.
Mr. Depp's team is going to try to turn this case into a soap opera.
Law and Crime Daily.
They're really just not going to give me what I want, are they? I don't want to have to sort through all this shit to find what I want. This is the most stupid thing. I can just do this and skip through all the shit where he's talking. Oh, it's happening RN. That's awkward. Oh. We'll get there. I promise. Does this give me an
Sometimes I wish
actual
your kids
highlight
had a
video?
little more room to grow. Let's tell the jury about Hicksville.
Okay. Well, yeah, because this has day 10 highlights. Okay, this might be better. Okay, well, now we're too far back. Now they're talking about the slap, the Oscar slap. The Thor Love and Thunder trailer, that shit's insane. You seen that? Okay.
She did, and what happened.
These two are back in court again in a he said, she said battle with $50 million at stake.
She goes, yeah, he threw a phone at me and hit me. And I'm going, where? I don't see a cut, a bruise, swelling, redness.
That's Amber diligently taking notes today and smirking as Johnny listened intently to their former friend and neighbor, brought to tears defending him.
It's not right what she did and what happened for so many people to get affected. It's insane.
Johnny beat me up really good this time.
Yesterday, both exes appeared emotional as the jury heard Amber's graphic claims.
He ends up assaulting her and sexually assaults her.
The first witness, Johnny's sister, Christy. She booked the couple's travel and told the court she would reserve an extra hotel room for Johnny to escape when he and Amber fought. Depp looked solemn as she also testified about their abusive mother, explaining that Amber often triggered Johnny.
She called him an old fat man.
Amber's attorney repeatedly mentioned Depp's alleged substance abuse issues, showing text messages.
Stop drinking, stop coke, or stop pills. You wrote those words to Mr. Depp, right?
I wrote those words.
And he brought up Johnny's friendship and matching tattoos with another star who denies his ex's abuse claims.
You'll hear evidence of drug binges with his good friend Marilyn Manson.
He was hitting me hard and repeatedly.
Johnny says Amber's 2018 op-ed calling herself a domestic violence victim.
He is friends with Marilyn Manson? Scrolling through these videos is like all the title. Watch Johnny Depp start sobbing in court, and Amber Heard just went crazy in testimony. Yeah, that's the way it goes. He's friends with Marilyn Manson because that's really awkward for him, but also not the point. It's not the point of the trial, but that is really awkward. Just so that we're on the same page. It's not the point, so it shouldn't change the outcome of it, but I did not know that.
Damaged his career. The Pirates of the Caribbean star claims he was dropped from the 5th sequel after the op-ed was published. He was also let go from the Fantastic Beasts franchise.
Also a fact.
Out of hatred. Johnny had actually only done a day's filming, I think on his own.
Depp, whose films grossed more than $10 billion across 2 decades, testified in 2020 that he was $100 million in debt. Both exes are set to take the stand.
Ms. Heard's betrayal is a lie, and she has been preparing to give the performance of her life in this trial.
Yeah, except she's not a great actress, so we'll see how that goes. Roasted. Okay, where was I just now? What did I just watch? Yeah, that was that. Okay, where's the next one? That's the next one? Okay.
Well, another day, another war.
You know, the
Literally
exes-
nobody cares
and
about what you
today
have to
it
say.
was Amber's former assistant testifying for Johnny Depp.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that did happen.
Mushrooms, ecstasy, and cocaine.
Amber sat stone-faced, coldly staring as ex-assistant Kate James listed off illegal drugs she alleges the actress took. It was all documented in a February deposition tape played today in court. At times, Kate gets testy and dismissive.
That's all I remember. I don't recall details.
Do you recall anything?
No.
You didn't love Amber. You didn't like her, did you?
Any close relationship has ebbs and flows.
Amber's attorneys tried to paint Kate as a scorned ex-employee, blindsided when the actress abruptly fired her after 3 years.
It was abusive in your opinion? Blind rage, multiple times screaming at me, abusive text messages between 2 and 4 a.m. The barrage would start.
Johnny appeared transfixed as Kate defended him.
Did you ever see Mr. Depp break something intentionally?
Never break anything, never throw anything, always completely passive.
They engaged in what I saw as mutual abuse.
Another deposition played today, Dr. Laurel Anderson. Johnny and Amber sought couples counseling from her starting in 2015.
Mr. Depp says to her, "No one likes you, you're getting..."
So that's interesting because they tried to make it work. Which is something that I didn't know. It's not like they were just completely crazy, like at each other's throats all the time. It's like they were not a good couple and they were trying to make it work.
From her starting in 2015.
Mr. Depp says to her, "No one likes you, you're getting fame from me, you're a..."
Yesterday, jurors saw some of the more than 80 surveillance video clips from Johnny and Amber's condo during their alleged violent blow-up in 2016. Depp wasn't arrested, but cops were called. Their former friend and neighbor also read texts between him and Johnny.
Do you recall Mr. Depp ever telling you that he hoped that Amber Heard's rotting corpse is decomposing in the trunk of a Honda Civic?
Yeah, it was said.
Attorneys are set to call celeb witnesses including Paul Bettany, Ellen Barkin, James Franco, and Elon Musk. Johnny accused both Franco and the billionaire mogul of having affairs with Amber. They denied them. Depp lost his original UK defamation case involving Amber, and the exes have already reportedly each spent some $20 million in legal fees. The trial is expected to last a month.
Really? You're gonna make me go all the way back down? Fuck. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Okay.
Hey, nice to meet you. Do you know why you're here today? No?
Was the tip of the finger found?
It was found.
Alarming details come to light on day 4 of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's defamation trial. Depp's physician, Dr. David Kipper, says a chef found his severed fingertip on the kitchen floor in 2015.
So I cleaned his wound to the best that I could. I went in to instruct one of the people.
Tired of this. To be honest, I would rather just sit through hours of listening to testimonies than listen to a news article. Because the news is always changing the story for dramatic effect. Like, even if they can't change the actual details of the story, because that would be...
Or do we have the motion lemonades? Okay, if I could just get the...
They changed the language used. So... Wasn't there an actual video of Elon and Amber together, or am I tripping? Okay.
So we do have the order for Ms. Heard's motion to eliminate, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Depp's, Mr. Moniz, and I just agreed to it.
Okay.
I don't have it printed, but I can tell you, Your Honor, based on the representation you gave me, it is agreed.
Okay.
And we will have it printed as soon as I can, but we're not going to obviously hold up court with that.
That's fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. All right, are we ready for the jury then? Okay.
Queen? Where you at, girl?
Would you please state your full name for the record?
Alisa Christine Dombrowski.
Ms. Dombrowski, what relationship, if any, do you have with Johnny Depp?
He's my younger brother.
How much older are you than Johnny?
2.5 years.
Ms. Dombrowski, I'd like to ask you a few questions about your and Johnny's childhood. Where did you all grow up?
We were born in Kentucky and we moved to Florida when we were kids.
Who lived in your household with you and Johnny?
Our mom, our dad, we have an older brother and older sister, and Johnny and I.
Who was the youngest child in your family?
Johnny.
Would you please tell the jurors what your relationship with Johnny was like when you were growing up?
Johnny and I were very close. With having the older brother and older sister, we were the two younger ones, so we were really close, and we basically were together all the time. We played together. We played Hot Wheels. We, played Batman and Robin, where we each had a role in that. And he's probably going to be embarrassed I say any of this, but we practiced, karate kicks with each other and chopping. We were just friends. We were like best friends.
What was Johnny like as a young boy?
Objection, Your Honor, 404.
If you want to approach.
What happened?
As I was saying, Ms. Dombrowski, what was Johnny like as a little boy?
Making music takes dedication. You spend hours finding the right sound or getting the perfect.
Evidence of any other crime, wrong, or act is not admissible to prove a person's character in order to show. Okay. So basically, if they've committed a crime before, crimes and other isolated acts of bad behavior not done frequently enough to be a pattern. So if they, if somebody's a murderer and has killed somebody, has killed other people 5 times, then that would be enough to prove. But I mean, I guess that doesn't mean anything, because if somebody's killed somebody once, then they're probably also. But anyway, that's the point of that. Okay, cool, dope.
He was a shy, sweet little boy. He had a very caring personality, but also was a.
I'm gonna come back to this in a second, but I am gonna click on what Pokimane watched.
A lot of people have been asking me to check out the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. I really don't know anything about. watching a.
Yeah, so she's watching the entertainment.
All right, let's
What
see
is-
what this actor Johnny Depp situation is like.
Johnny Depp is testifying in his defamation.
But I was hitting you. It was not.
Yeah. So they're both watching. I'm all over the place, dude, and the reason that I'm all over the place is because I don't know how long I want this to go. Basically, we're going to start over. New slate, okay? New slate. And I'm going to go to... What was the... Trial highlights. Okay, so I'm finna click on this, and I'm only gonna watch the ones here that are actual... Wait, hold on. First, I'm going to playlists. Yes, they have an actual playlist. Okay, we're doing this in order. We're watching this in order.
1 square foot of land in Scotland.
How did you feel when you saw the op-ed for the first time?
Objection asked and answered just now.
My prior question was about his reaction.
All right, I'll allow it.
Hurts. Yeah, a blinding hurt. It was like somebody hit me in the back of the head with a 2x4.
Yeah, that was from the entertainment. Hold on. Johnny Depp. But that one's just his... Watch Johnny Depp tear up in court. Trial highlights. Watch Johnny Depp. Day 2 highlights. So maybe I should start with the trial highlights then. Because aren't these on different days? This is also trial highlights. So I'm going to watch this one, and then I'm going to scroll, because I think this includes all of his first thing. Then I'm going to go to the other one, the tear up in court one. So this first and then tear up in court. And that's how we're doing it, because I'm pretty sure that's in order.
And
the other ones are short highlights, but this is like a full long highlight video.
I'd had no ability to speak prior to, because even if I had done an interview to try to explain myself, it turned into a hit piece. So my mouth was shut. And
that is a fact.
The opportunity where I thought something's got to be done. It's just got to be done. I couldn't take it anymore.
Mr. Depp, how did you feel when you learned that you were being dropped from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise?
Well, it was the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. It was the character that Captain Jack Sparrow was a character that I had built from the ground up, and was something that I of course put a lot of as you do with all characters, but you put a lot of yourself into the character, so, and also
That's why the
having
franchise failed after he left.
worked on these films with these people and having added much of myself, much of my own rewriting of the dialogue and scenes and the jokes and whatever they are.
Again, why the films failed after
I
he
didn't
was fired.
quite understand how that after that long relationship and quite a successful relationship, certainly for Disney, that they would, that suddenly I was guilty until proven innocent.
Mr. Depp, what was your intention with respect to future Pirates movies, aside from what you'd been asked to do?
My feeling was that these characters should be able to have their proper goodbye, as it were. A franchise can only last for so long. There's a way to end a franchise like that, and I thought that the characters deserved to have their way out of to end the franchise on a very good note. I planned on continuing until it was time to stop.
Mr. Depp, last week, Mr. Rottenborn asked you about a quote where you said you wouldn't come back to the Pirates franchise for $300 million and a million alpacas. Do you remember that?
I do.
When relative to learning that you would no longer be a part of the Pirates franchise, did you make that statement?
I think long before I made the statement, there was a very deep and distinct sense of having been betrayed by the people that I had been working with, the people that I had worked hard for, the people that I had delivered a character to that they initially despised, but somehow, even I stuck to my guns with the character and it seemed to work.
I'm not a Pirates of the Caribbean fan, so I don't really know.
Do you recall when specifically you made that statement about the $300 million and the 100 alpacas?
Objection, asked and answered.
Overruled, I'll allow it.
I believe I made that statement during a press conference in the San Sebastian at the San Sebastian Film Festival when I was asked about my situation.
And what year would that have been, if you can recall?
I believe it was last year or so.
1400s.
Damn, last
Ancient
year?
Incas freeze-dry potatoes at high altitudes.
Mr. Bettany.
That's pretty
and I
recent.
We'd met while I was making a film called The Tourist in Venice, and we were.
Just so that I can be 100% certain on who Paul Bettany is, he played Vision. Correct? Am I stupid? He played Vision. Yeah. Okay, dope. I do know who he is. Dope, dope. Bettany thinks he'll be... I mean, WandaVision was pretty good, but that's not what we're here for.
It was an instant connection. He's born and bred in the UK and has that English sort of dry, kind of obtuse, abstract sense of humor, and that was one of the things that we connected on.
How would you describe Mr. Bettany's relationship with Miss Heard while you and Miss Heard were together?
Abominable.
Why was that?
Ms. Heard despised Mr. Bettany because mainly because we had become such close friends, and for her he was a threat, and would take me away from her with regard to if Paul Bettany was getting the attention from me. That was a showstopper. It would cause all kinds of unpleasantries, to the point of where, when we were on the island with Mr. Bettany, his wife, and his 4 children, Ms. Heard and Mr. Bettany got into some debate over lunch, and I just remember that whenever Mr. Bettany tried to make a point, she would talk over him, and then it started to get quite rude. She got mean, and she got loud, and then I believe it was his 18-year-old boy who was getting ready to go to a very bright, brilliant kid. He entered the conversation because this was something to do with what he'd studied in school, and he knew quite a lot about it, and he voiced his opinion. And